Hi, girly.
Hi, girly.
I'm Eliana,
I'm Derek.
and this is
The book club for
For
the
the
girlies.
Girlies. On today's episode, we are going deep, 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 deep into a love song for Ricki Wilde by Tia Williams.
Yes, this is part 2 of our book review. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe to this channel. Make sure you have those notifications on. So tap that bell up in the corner there so you know when we post. Make sure you're following us on all of the socials. We'll put the links down in the description below.
And please be sure that you are being kind in our comments to us, to each other, to these authors. Thank you very much. And spoiler alert, friends, we're going to be giving you details in this book
Yeah.
that you might not want to hear if you are spoiler averse. So please, pretty please, just turn the volume low so we can still get the view and go read the book and then come back and watch. Also, watch some of our other videos for books
Yeah.
that you have read.
We're great at.
We really are. And we'd love to have you join our book club.
Yeah. So without further ado,
Let's get started.
let's get into it. We're gonna be jumping right into our favorite moments.
Okay, so I have a couple of funny ones that I wanted to
Same.
point out. The first one was it starts off with her dad going, Richard, he started. She says, Yes, Richard. Then he goes, I always try to be patient with you because of your attention disordered deficit disease. Ricky's shoulders slumped. And she goes, Thanks. Then he says, Your sisters are tiresome bitches.
I loved it.
And then she says, I've been saying.
Girl.
I
That
mean,
was on mine as well.
Yeah, he ended up being like, but you are
right. They got a point. You be a little flaky.
Yeah. So I just thought that was funny. I enjoyed that moment there. And then the other funny one was Regina was telling Carol that she'd never heard her mom say, You shouldn't show off your breasts. And her response was, Well, you're flat as paper.
Who are you talking to?
Ma.
Who are you talking to?
Why would you talk to me that way?
Flat as paper?
You're flat as paper, and she was drunk too. She's always drunk. Why are
and
you
you know
talking
a
to me
drunk
like
soul
that?
don't never tell a lie.
Wow. Okay.
I also had some funny ones. First, I just want to oh, you know what cracked me up? Low res Jesse Williams.
Oh. Yeah.
I was like, what the heck? And this was after like the Ricki Jr. or the Richard Jr. my birthday. I was like, I'm being followed.
The book was made for you.
Period. Something that on the heels of low res Jesse Williams. Conspiracy theories like the one suggesting that Ted Cruz was in fact Rob Kardashian. Is that a thing?
I didn't know that was a thing.
What is wrong with y'all?
Why would you think that?
How did y'all get there?
That's crazy. They don't look an
How did y'all get there?
I want to know who started it.
Really, you need Jesus.
Please.
Another funny one moment was Tuesday was insane, okay? She goes, this is a exchange between her and Ricki. She goes, I was just about to bring him up. Ricki lowered her voice. I need advice. And Tuesday says, kill him. What?
Wait, actually, I should have put that in my superlatives as relating, because wouldn't I say something like that?
Truly. Also same. Which bad news. And I literally wrote she said, look, I stay ready to tussle. Holla if we need the key's card. What's wrong with you? But it's also me. I'm always ready.
Right.
Ready for destruction. I said, me and Tuesday never need to meet. Because
never. You already have.
I got my own Tuesday, okay? We straight.
And it's chaotic.
And then following on the heels of Tuesday's Insane, when they were trying to find who he was, who Ezra was, and she was like, "Child, what's the number?" And she was like, "You know how to do that?" And then she was like, "Child, I used to be so toxic. Give me your phone." And I was like, "Tuesday, you are a problem." When that man was like, "Trigger warning," and then stabbed himself in the chest.
Yeah.
She was like, "Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god." I was like, "Me too, girl." Cause what?
Yo, because then her freaking out in the middle of like the subway platform, like, is there a doctor anywhere? And then the guy that was like, my niece or nephew is a doctor, but they live in Ohio.
So no,
Girl,
the doctor's not here.
how are you gonna help me?
Why would you say that, Mister?
Oof.
But also, Ezra. What if it didn't work? Why would you do that?
He was sure of himself. I actually liked that he did that. I was actually wondering why didn't she ask for something like that from the beginning? I need proof. Not like a full stab in the heart. That was
That's what I'm saying. That's
crazy.
insane. What's your problem?
His problem is that he's eternally alive.
Why would you do that?
He wants to go.
Okay, but what if we just did a spell breaking curse? Maybe. Why would you do that? Why you trying to leave me and I just found you?
Well, then you can find someone else. I don't know.
So then why are we here?
My last moment is like more annoying.
Let me hear it.
So it's the moment where her sisters find out about her success and they started shading her. I was so uncomfortable. How is it more important to prove to yourselves that she can't be doing great by planning an impromptu trip than simply minding your business? Like, why do you care so much to keep her beneath you? It was so nasty.
Yeah. And on brand.
Like, there are people, right? There are people that you don't care for, but honestly, and let us know in the comments because maybe I'm just this way. Do you really care to see if it's true or not that they're doing well or doing badly? I don't.
Don't cross my
That's
mind. If
not
I don't fool with you, I don't fool with you.
right. That's not my business. And it being their sister was even weirder to
Super weird.
me.
Yeah.
Like, just mind your business then. You're not actually interested in anything she's doing. You were just checking up on her
To be nosy.
to, yeah, and to have something bad to say about her too.
Oh, I definitely knew that Miss Della was that lady's daughter before it happened.
Oh.
Yeah. I wrote it here. I was like, Miss Della is that lady. Ezra sat there with full on heart eyes and a modest heart on. Sorry. Did little Richard Wilde just square up on a witch for him? Was he just figuratively little spooned? He was in awe. No one had ever stood up for him like that. And I was like, I've been being alone for this long, and you're just like, wait a minute.
Somebody cares about me.
Moving along to tearjerker quotes.
Or meaningful quotes.
Or meaningful quotes.
Okay, so one of mine was, oh, actually, I said this in the last one, and it was the one where we find out that her name was Richard Wilde Jr., and I asked you, is this why you chose this book?
Rude.
However, we now know that she went in blind. No fun. Anyway, actually, more fun, because, you share that in common.
That. What the?
Yeah. So my other quote was, I feel like I'm trying to fit a circle in a square. I feel like I'm disappearing. And that was Ricki talking to her family during their like family meeting. It was so sad.
Yeah.
Please don't do this to yourself, you guys. That was all I wanted to say about it.
Yeah, nah, I hurt my feelings. Especially because it was falling on deaf ears.
Yeah. But even after, they sucked.
To be vulnerable with people who don't go that way, who refuse to see you, is just.
Even in the end, when she was still successful, they didn't care.
I don't care. It was better to have the narrative of like Ricki is an F up.
Yep.
The fact that they even were sitting in her lucrative business with her man who had cooked them this big old meal and was doting on her and was lovely, and they just still kept bringing up negative, bad stories about her.
Yep.
Just why are you? Why that happened? I was a baby. Like, why are you bringing that up?
Word. Ricki's like internal thoughts. She says she knew that POTUS's wild-eyed hate speech had the potential to rustle up the evils that knitted the country together. And I wrote in all caps, together. That is what knits this country together. Remember that.
Mm. Ezra says, "I'm not scared of you," he said. "I'm scared of us." And I was like, "Oh!" And then this is Ricki. She says, "Such a luxury," she thought, "having someone who fills in your gaps when you're depleted." And that was great. And I was like, that would be so nice. What a luxury that is.
Yeah.
To have a man. Period. I'm a goof. More Ezra. The beauty you create in the world, your optimism, your brain, your fascination with being fascinated, the way your face fits perfectly under my chin when we're sleeping, your tenderness, whether your focus is on the care of a single flower or me.
So sweet.
You are so kind. Um, and then this is sweet, sweet Grandma Della. She says in her letter, love should never hurt. Rejection, abandonment, cruelty, so forth, those things hurt. But love itself, no.
I remember that one. That one also stood out to me.
I love it. I have so many quotes. I feel
That
like
one is really necessary for people to remember.
yeah,
Love
yeah.
itself should never
It
hurt.
will never hurt. This is also Miss Della. You can't predict your dying day, Ricki, and you can't cheat it either. If you want something, get it while you can. I was like, all right now.
This is so true.
Come
but
on.
also, Miss Della, that's so easy to say. You're
92,
96.
right, or 96, yeah.
Girl, you've had a lot of time to get over your insecurities and anything that was holding you back.
But if you're going to take advice from anybody,
it's a 96-year-old.
It's a 96-year-old.
I would still complain.
For sure. Would you be yourself?
No, I wouldn't.
You ever seen a tornado? This is Ezra. You ever seen a tornado? Ricki shook her head. No, not outside of Twister. Have you? He said, no, but folks say that if you're in the presence of a tornado and it looks still, that means it's heading right towards you. I have no idea what that means. She paused a bit, though the trivia connoisseur in me finds this information compelling. You're the tornado, ma'am.
Yeah, that was good. Also, related to her being like a random trivia person.
Right.
That's my girl. Be knowing random things.
The most random stuff. The way she kept in conversation, did you know? I'm like, oh my gosh.
This is not useful information.
I know, right? I feel
but like that's also the only way to have conversation for me.
If it ain't useless,
what are we talking about? Right. Why would you know it if it's not useless? What the heck?
This one also got me, and I was just like, being Southern is crazy. I don't know what to put that in there. This quote was also crazy. This is between a young Ricki and her mother. Ricki says, why is daddy the leader just because he's a man? Why is the stuff he's good at more special than what you're good at? And her mama says, because Eve ate the apple.
I hate that lady.
Mm-hmm.
She's stupid and mean. I didn't want to say anything else because she was just awful. How do you say that to a kid? Because Eve ate the apple.
Yeah.
Girl.
And you know how, like, at that age, those kind of things
they stick with you. You gave her a limiting belief.
Yep.
You're supposed
you're my mom.
They're at the age where everything is sunshine and rainbows, and you make them believe that they can be a unicorn one day. And if you're not doing that for your kids, you suck. Okay.
Big stuff. And then the last one, this is kind of funny, but it was just funny to me. um, they were looking for witches on Google, as one does. And she said, first of all, I would never waste your time with fakes. I've thoroughly vetted and researched these specialists. Secondly, have you heard of Yelp? Of course I've heard of Yelp. He paused. No, I haven't heard of Yelp.
How has he gone this long though? It's 2024, even in the book, and he hadn't heard of Yelp. Girl,
He just be doing his own little old thing.
I guess
My granny don't know what Yelp is.
he just
Guaranteed.
he just goes into restaurants.
Yes, freak.
We used to do that. We don't do that
We don't do that
anymore.
anymore. We're like, and we're eating.
Right. Gotta Yelp
Gotta
it.
Yelp
Google
her.
reviews. Look at all the
TikTok.
look at all the photos. Instagram. Look at the tagged photos. By the way. Yeah.
We do not just be going to restaurants no
We
more.
don't.
I'm not going there.
Before you order, I have to see if
I know what I
if the
want before I sit
meal,
down.
yeah, if the meal looks like what I think it should look. If it doesn't look right, don't order it, you guys. Just a word of advice. I'm sure a lot of people already do this, but don't order it. Maybe you're watching this before you go to a new place.
Yeah.
If it doesn't look the way it's supposed to look,
Don't get it.
oh, also ask the waiter or waitress what they like off of the menu. That helps too.
Unless your waiter is Danielle.
Wow, I didn't think that we would
Shots fired.
yeah.
And that's my best friend.
We get brutal over here. Sorry,
I
not
keep it
sorry.
real.
Alright. So now that we are finito with our quotes, we
Benito.
can move on into what did you learn?
I learned what perennials were.
Yeah, I didn't know what that
I
was.
know it was a flower. I know it was
Oh, I knew it was a flower.
I know it was a living person who couldn't die.
I didn't know that.
I did not know that. So you taught me something for sure.
I thought they were just gonna be called immortals.
Right.
Is it like a concept that is like
known?
Yeah.
Yeah, I googled it.
Oh shoot! I want to know who's a perennial out there.
I know.
I want to meet him.
Maybe you have. Because when they were saying that, they were like, "You ever be like, dang, nah," because I can't remember. Because you don't remember. You don't know.
What?
You don't ever remember. But yeah, remember they said it'd be like moments you remember. The artists were like recounting these crazy stories, and they couldn't remember Breeze, and it was Breeze who had like taught them that or did this thing with them.
But I also wonder, like, is that an alien or is that an angel?
Ooh. I also learned, not really learned, but things were reinforced. Obviously, you know, life is short, and you gotta like do the things that you're afraid to do because you don't know. Like I kept thinking, like, wow, if right this second was my time, would I be
happy with what you've done?
And I was like, no, and I was like, okay, girl, well,
get out there.
Okay. I also said that love is real, and God bless you all who have it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
What'd you learn?
One of the things I learned was from a quote. It goes, "Tough questions usually revealed themselves when you least expected it." It reminded me to have patience, which I have very little of. There are so many things I want to figure out today. And if it were up to me, I would, but I can't and I don't. And I think of anything in my personality, that's the thing that I struggle with the most, is that I'm like, I can figure anything out, I can work on anything, I can overcome anything. But when I can't figure out the answers to my questions, I'm like, this is nuts. How did this happen? It drives me nuts to not be able to know the answers to life's questions. And I gotta stop that. The other thing that I learned is another quote, and it's Ezra talking. He goes, I'm the proud son of sharecroppers Big Ezra and Hazel Walker, who raised me and my sister Minnie to be good people, kind, helpful, generous. I don't have any education, and neither did they, but learning happens everywhere if you listen.
Mm-hmm.
He was talking to Rashida Gina Ray. They deserved
They
that.
did.
It brought me back to that nasty moment where they like talked about what motivated them to visit their sisters. Honestly, keep your heart and your mind open, okay? Because the reason why they were so nasty was because they were so closed off to life. And once again, it's being brought up, obviously, because it needs to be said at some point. Someone needs to hear it, not just myself. But there are people out there who will also be kind. You be kind, and they will be kind as well. Don't go around thinking that other people are evil and that they're out to get you, and so you must act that way
Yep.
first. That's not cool.
Get them before you
Right.
get got.
And then on top of that, learning happens everywhere if you listen. Absolutely. You can learn from anything and anyone. You can learn from the squirrel outside.
Come on.
You can learn from the trees. You can learn from each other. Keep your mind open.
Yeah.
So that was it.
I love that.
Yeah, that was a great little speech that he gave.
He was. He was a good man.
He really was.
Okay, what about theories, E?
I don't have any.
I do have one theory.
Tell me.
Just because I'm not sure if it was addressed or not. I don't remember. It was a couple days ago. But Miss Della was losing her babies.
Oh yeah, it definitely has to do
with her mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, sacrifices require sacrifices.
Yep.
So yeah.
And like the baby, were the sacrifices that of her baby's lives, so Ezra kept living, or was it sacrifice because of the curse her mom placed on him?
I think karmic balances come in whichever way that they need to.
It's terrible.
So yeah, like it doesn't need to necessarily be that way. But yeah, I think karmic balances come in whichever way they need to. Yeah. You will pay that price.
Madame Zeroni.
I don't know who that is.
The girlies that know? No.
I don't like feeling left out.
Have a better memory.
No.
You remember in Holes?
I never watched it.
Oh, you never read it either?
No.
I can't believe I started a book club with this person. She never read Holes?
Why would I read Holes?
You never saw the movie?
No.
Wrap this video up. It's time to go home.
Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure that you have liked, commented, shared this video, and that you are subscribed to our channel.
Yeah, make sure you have pressed that notification bell so you are alerted when we post. Make sure you are following us on all the socials. The link is down below in the description.
Stay tuned for our next episode where we're going to be reading book 5 in the ACOTAR series. I know we're skipping book 4, but we heard
that it's like a little novella.
Yeah, that we don't need to read it.
Right. We want to get to the knit and the grit.
Exactly. So, come back next week and we're going to have some ACOTAR romantasy vibes once again. I know you girlies like it and we're into it these days, too.
Me deep.
So, once again, thank you for watching. Thank you for coming to our meeting, girlies.
Yes. Bye, girlies.
Bye, girlies. But I also wonder, like, is that an alien or is that an angel?
Ooh. Denzel Washington.
Okay.
The preacher's wife.
Yeah. I remember that part. I remember that
wife?
in the movie.
That he was an angel?
Yep.
Wow.
I know. I don't remember anything else about the movie.
Pause. Have you seen the Gladiator 2?
No, why would I have seen the Gladiator 2?
The previews or like the promo
I kind of did, yeah.
Why did Denzel look so fine?
I don't know. We talked about this.
Okay. I talk about it with everyone anytime I can. Cause he's like he's my grandma's age, and I'm like, Mr. Washington.
Right.
You don't need
Wait,
to
but
look
did
that
you
far.
hear that he said he would do like a couple more projects and then retire? He's lying.
No.
There's no way.
No.
He's gonna work until he's gone like Cicely Tyson.
No.
There's just no way. We can't not have
A Denzel Washington movie. Although I would love like Denzel Washington acting classes. I would love Denzel Washington. He has a school.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean that could happen and he can also still act.
or him just like directing more. Maybe he doesn't want to act anymore that much. Maybe he go back to being his Clint Eastwood bag. He want to be with Miss Pauletta.
But he's meant to be in front of the screen.
Okay, he gave us decades.
Not enough. Cause really, who's gonna replace him?
He could just pop out.
You need older you need those stories.
Yeah. He'll pop out when it's
the same,
appropriate.
yeah, it's the
Maybe
same
he's
thing as
just
like
not gonna
older
work
women,
as hard, you know?
which I understand.
Yeah.
But it's the same conversation as like how women once they get older,
He don't
there's
need to
not
do no more
roles.
equalizers. You know?
No, I don't even know what that is. But but like women, you know, they lose out on a lot of roles because there are no stories of them.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like since we're having this like resurgence of older women having stories and stuff like that,
They need
feel
counterparts.
like yeah, absolutely.
I'd love to see Denzel in a rom-com. Like an
Exactly.
elderly.
Yes.
But then I also don't picture him as being elderly. Even though he's quite literally in his 70s.
But I mean, it'll be like a black rom-com, so
Yeah.
it'll also be like an equal, like.
Let's get Denzel and Angela Bassett in something
It's
together.
literally what I was just thinking.
Oh my god,
That would be so fun. I would love that. Denzel and Angela.
Don't be calling him Denzel like you know him like that.
Well,
He
his
says
name.
Denzel.
But that's his name. Sometimes I say
Denzel.
Denzel, but most of the time I say Denzel.
Yeah.
But yeah, that would be so fun.
It would be really fun. I would love that.
That's like necessary. Everybody needs to see that.
Yeah.
And everybody, I think, needs to see a Denzel Washington rom-com.
Mm-hmm.
The world needs that of you, sir.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't retire so soon, so quickly.
We got stuff to do.
Mm-hmm. Like it makes me think of like Something's Gotta Give, or even there's another one with the older people.
Oh, I love it. It's Meryl Streep.
Yeah.
And Alec Baldwin. It's complicated.
Yeah.
Live for it.
Yeah.
Live for it.
We need stories like that. Those are fun.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. Anyway, let's.
We'll cut all that up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What were you saying about what you learned?
Ridiculous.
We got
so
lost.
perennials is how we got there.